Oh. Oh, man. I am fried. I am cooked. Let's see here. All right, there we go. Jeez, man, I am thoroughly burned out today. That's for sure. What the hell time is it? Oh man, yeah, it's not only 9:30. Snap, crackle, pop. Yay. I got a feeling tonight's going to be like a low energy live stream. I'm burnt out. I am thoroughly burnt out. And I'm sure everybody's still recovering from this long ass holiday. I just got done taking a walk over to my local Walmart, bought some paper towels and other stuff. Mr. Diggs, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I just got back from taking a small walk over to my local Walmart to get some basic supplies, paper towels, what have you. But I hope you're all doing fine. I hope you're all doing well. Happy New Year. If you're new to the channel, hit that thumbs up. What's going on, Deplorable? Happy New Year, my friend. Smash that like button, everybody. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I was going to do a video today, but I'm just cooked. I do not have anyone. Okay. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, today I was going to do a YouTube video, but I'm like, today was just a nice, chill, awesome day. The kids are running around outside there again. And I kind of like sat up here, but my neighbor came up and she brought me this huge plate of like this Georgia Savannah style Creole plate with crawfish and potatoes, shrimp, sausage, crab legs. Man, it was damn good. It was really good. I gave her a beer and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, today I try to keep myself busy. You know, I was throwing stuff out today. I threw out another big bag of garbage just before I went to Walmart and all that stuff. So getting the new year started off right. But starting tomorrow. Any interest in the college football playoffs? Indiana look unbeatable. Oh man, that food sounds killer. I'll be honest with you, I never really got into college football. You know, a lot of my family, even back in Pennsylvania, my cousins, all of them, they're all college football heads. I mean, the Carolinas are big football states here, especially in my neck of the woods. Man, everybody's into football of some type down here. So, but anyways, everybody, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and shameless plug. Check out my eBay store. The link is in the description box to this live stream, every video, every short, every live that I do. Forgive me if I'm a little burnt out. Baltimore, Benny, what's going on? How you all doing, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful, and safe New Year's. Today was a very good, relaxing day for yours truly. You know, I was going through a lot of stuff here in my apartment, just started throwing out garbage and throwing out things I didn't need. Tomorrow, I have to start really getting to work on my eBay store. There's, I think, 2 or 3 pairs of sneakers I'm going to list for sale to make some room because I got the Bugs Bunny 8s that, unfortunately, for whatever reason, are delayed. Are the Upper Deck Junior RC still going up? I really couldn't tell you that, to be honest with you. Actually, as far as my eBay sales are concerned, I actually started lowering some of the prices again on certain items. So, it's just right now we're still in the off season until spring training comes around. So I don't know what's going to be happening, as far as my sales are concerned. I do have quite a bit of cards prepared to start listing over at the eBay store. Now the clock has reset again for 2026, so I'll be getting everything ready again. I got a mountain full of Armalopes. Oh, jeez, look at this. You guys will recognize them. Those are the Armalopes. Thanks to all of you for supporting my eBay store. I got a massive, massive order that showed up, so that's good. I actually replaced my ink cartridges for my printer today, so that's ready to go. I'm just, kind of like doing the easy stuff, just to kind of like give myself a little breathing space. I didn't want to overwhelm myself today because it's like New Year's Day. I just finished up my Star Trek Deep Space Nine marathon today. Thank God. That was a bit of a grind, but that was some good watching. Like I said, my neighbor came up and her grandkids are running around outside today, and I'm like, I'm not going out there today. Hell no. I took that nice little walk today to test myself to see where I stand health wise. Clearly, I need to start walking again. I really got to start walking again. So I'll save that for when the weather gets warmer. But the weather's kind of leveled off here. It's been about 60 degrees consistently for the past couple days, which is good. We're supposed to have a little bit of rain this Friday. We'll see. I don't know what's going to go down, but I got plenty of stuff to keep me busy. I'm going to keep the Christmas decorations up probably until like Monday. That'll be time to break down the Christmas tree, break down the lights outside, and pack everything up until next year and all that good stuff. I may leave 1 or 2 sets of lights around my patio table and around the window. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. They already got Valentine's Day stuff stocked up already in Walmart that I saw and around my neck of the woods, all that good things. So, but anyways, yeah, man, this was a great opening to 2026. And it was just a nice, quiet, relaxing day. I had like a tray of grapes and carrots, and I had broccoli with ranch, low-fat buttermilk ranch dressing, and really healthy stuff, apple slices and whatnot. Trying to refine my diet a little bit. I've actually added stuff to my diet now, and taken stuff out of my diet. And I started taking what do you call that? Turmeric and curcumin, I think it's called curcumin, however you pronounce it. I added that to my itinerary of supplements that I've been taking now, just to kind of help out with the blood sugar. And that new dual bottle of benfotiamine and alpha lipoic acid, man, that stuff with the neuropathy for my feet, man, has been really, really something else. I actually put a little money into buying 2 more bottles. Those supplements should be showing up hopefully starting tomorrow, if not Saturday. But again, the Air Jordan 8 Bugs Bunnies won't be here until the 9th. Unfortunately, I got an update from Finish Line themselves that there's a delay in shipping. It's actually in transit right now, as a matter of fact, but for whatever reason, I guess it's the weather or what have you. Hopefully, the truck didn't crash because it's coming from UPS. But yeah, but otherwise, everything's off to a great start so far, folks. Again, my neighbor brought up that Creole dish, which was trying not to swear. Trying not to swear. That's one of those minor little tweaks I need to make to the channels and try not to swear so much. But yeah, she brought up this awesome plate of crawfish and corn and potatoes and sausage and baby shrimp. Damn, that was good. That was really, really good. And I sent her back with beer and whatnot. It was a pretty quiet night last night or early this morning, however you want to look at it. I put some invites out there. Nobody showed up. So I'm like, whatever. I sat out there. I had a glass of wine, listened to some music. I did that YouTube short 10 minutes before midnight to hopefully put the darkness of 2025 behind me and start all over again with a clean slate. But there are going to be some personal changes going on, especially with the way I deal with people and the way I bring people into my world. That basically I'm going to have to give people a second look from now on, to not allow myself to be used for other people's gain or to be taken advantage of. My open door policy is going to remain on a limited basis, especially like with my neighbor who brought me that big plate of food. I wasn't even expecting that. She's like, "Yeah, you're always giving me stuff, and here you go." I'm like, "Geez, that was completely unexpected." So that was awesome. But yeah, that open door policy thing is going to be on a very limited basis now, and I'm going to have to wind or reel in my circle a little bit closer to the chest. So I made my first sales of 2026 over at my eBay store. I got 3 orders I need to process. But again, today, I was throwing stuff out, going through some things and looking to see what I'm keeping, what I'm going to sell. I got more boxes. I actually have a roll of wrapping paper there, postal paper or shipping paper. I know the postal rates have gone up. I haven't checked the 3 cards that customers bought off of me to see what the exact changes with the shipping, but I'll get to that when I have a chance. We'll see. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna start focusing on that. I definitely have to give this place a good steam cleaning with the steam cleaner. I got a gallon of carpet shampoo ready to go for that, but I can do that anytime. I want to do that after I break down the Christmas tree and all that stuff. And there's still some things I kind of want to fine tune and throw out and what have you. I actually made a decision on those Nike Air Jordan 4 white cements that I made the YouTube short about today, that after 10 years of wearing them shoes, I think that it was time to toss them, because I have the backup pair that I'm now wearing, which are almost pretty much, I don't want to say dead stock. Well, dead stock, if you wear them, they're not dead stock anymore, but they're still minty fresh, except for the yellowing that takes place. I might paint the mesh, but I got the 2025s anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I made a decision. I'm like, you know what, man, I painted them shoes and put so much paint on the leather and all that kind of stuff. At this point, it's just walking around with bricks on my feet. And them things are old and what have you, and I'm just too lazy to clean them. I don't like throwing away clothing and stuff like that, and if I can give it to somebody, but I would have to take the time to shampoo them, clean them, strip them, pull the laces out, and I'm just like, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm done with them. So, but there are going to be some sneakers I'm going to sell. There's probably like 2 pairs or 3 pairs of shoes I'm going to sell. I still got a couple big items for sale. I got that Easton Reflex bat that's for sale over at my eBay store. The first run without the diamond on it. I got that that Rhodesian Blaze Orange vest. That's still up for sale. I lowered my prices on the 2 of them just a little bit to be a little more competitive. Some cards I did recomp. I'm going to have to recomp a couple cards here and there, it looks like. But I'm pretty much ready to rock and roll. I bought a big thing of Scotch tape. I got Scotch tape to last me for weeks. I changed the ink in my printer, thanks to all of you for supporting the eBay store around Christmas time, especially Christmas Day. That was amazing. So my printer's ready to go. Brand new ink cartridges are in there. I got more ink cartridges coming from that last order. You guys just saw that big stack of envelopes. That's there, ready to go. I mean, I'm pretty much stocked up and ready to rock for 2026. I'd like to get me another 500 top loaders. But, for right now, I still have, I think, another 200 or 300 cards that I've got prepped for this month. So the clock has restarted for 250 listings again. I'll take care of that tomorrow. I already have something that I want to review on the channel that was in my backlog. And now I'm kind of like stuck with something that I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, if I'm going to open these particular things up or I'm going to sell them off, or maybe just do an open box versus closed box comparison. It's a couple Masters of the Universe figures that I dug out of my backlog that I found. And I'm going to see what I'm going to do with them. I don't know yet. There might be a couple of loose figures here. For example, I pulled this off of, or out of one of my boxes that I had in my backlog. I actually have Scourge. This is Studio Series Sweep. But I got Scourge up on my shelf, and there is a different color palette to Scourge versus this guy, so I might end up selling him on eBay. We'll see. There might be one or two Transformers I might part with that just don't quite fit in with my collection, that I'm really not fans of, especially War for Cybertron, Megatron, the Tankatron, the Netflix version. Not a big fan of it, So we'll see. So there's going to be some stuff. There's going to be some new stuff on eBay sooner than later. It's just today I'm kind of tuning down. If you can't tell, I got a scratchy throat. The weather was kind of I did that walk earlier today, and then I did, I just went to Walmart, and I still got, paper towels and stuff I got to put away. That was freaking weird. Sorry about that, folks. My apologies for the interruption. I forgot to shut off the VPN on my phone. So sorry for that little delay right there. But thank you again, everybody, for supporting the channel. We're almost at 1,400 subscribers, by the way. I just wanted to let you know that one, which is awesome. Thank you very much for that. Much, much, much appreciated, folks. Thank you for that. So, but again, I apologize for that little delay that was there. Yeah, I forgot to turn off my VPN on my phone. But anyway, so just another quick recap. Thanks to all of you for supporting my eBay store during the Christmas holiday. And a lot of that stuff has started to arrive. A couple bottles of supplements showed up already. All them envelopes that I showed just now in the beginning of this live showed up. One of two sets of ink cartridges showed up, so I've already changed out the ink cartridges there in my printer right over my shoulder right there, so that's done. Ready to rock and roll. I got boxes that I bought. I've got boxes from the post office that you get for free for some of the bigger stuff. I did get shipping paper. I got plenty of Scotch tape. I got Scotch tape off up the wazoo because they're having clearance sales. So you best bet I'm going to take advantage of that. So I got my first business receipts for 2026. I did get 3 eBay sales today. I got to process. Again, shameless plug. Want to help to support the channel financially? Check out the link in the description box of this live stream. Every video, every short that I upload here on YouTube. You guys and gals have been fantastic. If you have outstanding orders with me as far as these 3 newest orders of 2026, I'll probably process them tomorrow. It's just today, man, the stuff I threw out, because I have a desk in my bedroom I barely use. It's become like one of those things that I just constantly like. I'm sure you guys and gals have like that one desk that you just keep putting things in, and it gets to such a point where it's like, oh my God, I can't even see in there anymore. And then you have to go through it eventually. Well, I have my old computer desk in my bedroom that for whatever reason I never threw it out. It's become like a storage bin, and it's kind of shameful to look at it. So I started throwing out a lot of stuff off of that thing, and it's like, wow, look, there's actually desk space I can use. You know what I mean? So I got that going for me. I threw out those, again, just a quick recap, the Nike Air Jordan 2016s that I've been wearing, that they've been the most durable shoes I've had to date so far. But after a while, you just got to say enough is enough. And I've painted them and painted them and painted them and painted them, and they're just not for me anymore. Like the ones that I got on ice, I started wearing them today. And then I got the 2025, so we got that out of the way. I'm going to have to clean up a couple pairs of shoes to sell over on eBay that either are uncomfortable on my feet, they just don't fit me proper, like the other Jordans. Because as you know, now they've changed the shape of the Nike Air Jordan 4s in particular. It has a bigger, or at least it's taller on the ankle, and it's bigger on the back of the foot on the heel. Those things fit me awesome. It's like the military blues that came out. It's like the Nike SB Jordan 4s that came out, the greens, the white and greens. And now the 2025 white cements that came out, those fit me. Oh man, those things are amazing. So, but yeah, I got a couple pairs of Jordans that just don't fit me proper. They're like a little tight on the toe cap for me and all that kind of stuff. They just don't fit. I like the OG colorways. So I think there's Black Thunders I'm going to sell, the red or Blaze Red, or whatever they're called, the Black Thunders. Excuse me. You know, there's going to be a pair of, man, sorry about that, folks. There's going to be a pair of black Air Force Ones I'm probably going to sell. We'll see how that turns out. You know, I got to clean up all my shoes, clean up the soles, make sure there's no stains. I actually downloaded a couple PNGs. I mean, that I would normally use on my thumbnails anyway for the channel, like arrows and circles and things like that. If there's any kind of damage or stains, you know, it can draw the eye right to whatever it is, you know. So, but I take care of my shoes anyway. It's just like I said, certain shoes I'm just not going to wear. It's reached a point where like it doesn't fit in my wardrobe. It's not me. I like the OG colorways of the Jordans a lot more. There are a couple oddball shoes here and there that I like, but we'll see tomorrow. There might be a couple action figures, loose action figures I'm going to sell. When I reach that point tomorrow, we'll see what goes down. So, Terry Hall, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome aboard. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Check out my eBay store. The link is in the description box of this live stream. It's in the description box of every video, live and short, that I do here on YouTube. Again, I will do probably a review sooner than later for 2026 of another item I dug out of my backlog. I got to figure out how I'm going to film it, because this one's going to be a little bit more of a discussion than a review, because, well, stupid me, at the time when these particular figures came out, and I'm talking about the Masters of the Universe figures, they came out with the retro collection, which are just god-awful, with the head sculpts on He-Man and on Skeletor in particular. But then they came out with the cartoon collection immediately after. So now I got all these sealed action figures sitting in my bedroom, including one of the vehicles that I'll probably do a review on and a discussion of, because now this is where it's going to challenge the canon of one figure in particular. So I'll get into that, bit of a spoiler. And it's just going to be the usual stuff, ladies and gentlemen. There's still a whole bunch of action figures to review and open up for you guys and gals. There's still some Star Trek stuff I want to review. I haven't done. Man, I'm so far behind on my Star Trek stuff that, I'm kind of pissed. I had finally, and I slept on it because, it was New Year's last night. If you look on eBay and you look up the Fan Home Enterprise GXL, they're currently being flipped. They retail at $95 plus an unfortunate tariff because they're coming from overseas, plus shipping and taxes, right? And I haven't been able to get my hands on one from Fan Home unless I get the subscription, which I don't want. I don't want any of the other ships. I'm not interested in them. I got plenty of Eagle Moss ships where I can get at them already, which is right up on my shelf right here, and I got some in my closet. I'll probably never display them. They're just taking up space. I'm going to decide what to do with them as well. But I want that Enterprise G, and they're currently being flipped for over 250 bucks on eBay. And the link finally came to life on Fan Home, but I was already sitting outside enjoying my wine, and I was expecting company, and nobody showed up. I got snubbed, like always, but that's fine. Listen, I make the best of any situation, whether I'm by myself or having company around me. So I had a whole big bottle of wine to myself, pretty much. I mean, the rest of it's sitting right there up on my kitchen countertop, along with an unopened bottle of Fireball, which thank God I didn't tap into. But yeah, the damn link went live for the Enterprise G. That they actually made it available again for sale as an individual sale. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I got time to get it. And then I did that short closing out 2025 by shutting off my Christmas lights in the form of that YouTube short. And I woke up and I tried to buy it and it sold out, you son of a bitch. I slept on it and it sold out. Oops. It happens, man. Hey, a day in the life of a collector, right? So, but still a lot of good things to come up to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty excited about 2025. I'm already getting the tax papers and all the stuff for the eBay business. I'm gonna have to take a little time to start getting my receipts and all that kind of stuff together and get all that arranged. I already got certain paperwork that's come already. I'm waiting for two more pieces of paper to come from my union, and I forgot who else. I'm hoping, because I haven't seen that like last year. The Great Pumpkin there in the White House said that under certain thresholds, you're not going to get a 1099K, and I'm hoping I'm under that threshold. So I have to go through my eBay account and see, and tally up those numbers and see where I stand. Because I mean, I should really file, to be honest with you, but it'd be nice if I can spend as little money as possible, take it over to H&R Block and let them deal with all that stuff. Or maybe I'll pay somebody just to go through all the receipts I got. I got a pile of receipts that's like this, that I got to put into a box or staple together as far as food, supplies, gas for the car or whatever, if I'm going to the post office, what have you, or buying supplies or traveling to get supplies and blah, 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 or traveling to get product. Any product I open up here on YouTube also goes towards a business, because I am promoting the business through YouTube. Therefore, it is part of the business as far as advertising is concerned. So there's a lot that's going to go into it. I've pretty much done my homework this time around. But I got plenty of time. As far as the North Carolina paperwork is concerned, I got until March. I got until spring to file that paperwork, so I don't have to worry about that for a while, because that's going to be a couple $100. But I'll reach that point when I get there. I'm not worried about it right now. Some of it I could file right now just to get it out of the way, and it is a tax write-off. But I'll reach that. I'll reach that crossroad when I get there. Right now, I'm not going to worry about it. Let's see here. Terry Hall says, keep doing what you're doing. I try, my friend. I do my best with what I got, with what I have. But, so far, so good, man. Like I said, things, once I get the Christmas decorations wrapped up, put away, I'll give this place one good cleaning with the steam cleaner. I got the shampoo ready to go. I got to give this place a good dusting and then really, really fine tune the things I have here at home. I like to get rid of all of that stuff that's up there on them two shelves in my kitchen. And because it's starting to look like a garage. I don't like the way it looks, to be honest with you. I'd rather get like wicker baskets or something to make it look a little bit more presentable up there. But I don't like it. It looks too much like a garage. I just don't like it. So I like to change that up a little bit. I might add maybe one or two small shelves here and there. I don't know. I don't want too much clutter. When you have an apartment like mine, you got to be careful how much stuff you have, because stuff can build up just like that. Like my old computer desk that's in my bedroom, that could become a vanity desk. If I were to fix it up and all that kind of stuff. I do have it was meant to be temporary. I put a shelf up for all my tax forms and all that kind of stuff. I want to take that thing down. I love to get a stand-up closet with swinging doors. to kind of make that a little neater, you know, and then I could take all my jerseys down off of my sneaker rack and put them separate from the rest of my clothes, which would be nice. Just to kind of like tidy up my bedroom a little bit. So, you know, I got some things planned. I'm in no rush to do anything at this point. Right now, it's just day by day, fine tuning things, getting myself settled into the new year, wiping the slate clean, you know, and just, you know, like I said, man, just doing me, doing what I got to do. But I mean, that's pretty much it, you know, as far as all of that is concerned. I mean, there's still a ton of stuff to review. You know, of course, if there's any hobby stuff going on, I'll talk about that. We'll see what happens if I open up wax or if I submit cards for grading. Right now, again, this whole PSA thing has everybody in an uproar still. Opossum Bud, by the way, made a really fantastic video about a scalper of Pokemon cards and stuff like that, had his home robbed, which is why I have that deadlock on my door and why I have the self-defense weapons I have here, less lethals, to protect my home. Like right here at my desk, I've got that bottle of pepper spray, you know, because obviously I run a small business, and according to the Stand Your Ground law of North Carolina, I'm allowed to have the things that I have to protect my home and property, my neighbors, myself, my person, and the police, if necessary, if required, under certain stipulations. I've actually had to educate myself a little bit further on this particular topic. Maybe I'll get into it. Maybe I won't. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, that was a real shame that happened, man. Now, this is why you can't push certain content, you know, with the value, because then people hear that, you know, and then you got these masked idiots that'll kick your door down, and you know they'll start stealing your Pokemon cards like it's gold and silver and jewelry and shit. You know, to be honest with you, I really don't have much that's valuable here at home, to tell you the truth. You know, except for the appliances. You know, I mean, so that's pretty much it, folks. You can't tell, I'm thoroughly burnt out. Usually I'm a little more chatty than this, but you know, I want to call it a night early. It's 10 minutes after 10 my time. But I just wanted to give you an update as to where things are right now. As far as me, doing pretty good so far. It's been a really nice beginning to 2026, and I hope it stays that way. You know, and again, I'm having to make some personal changes, not just with myself, but with certain other things that I'm going to have to really scrutinize and keep my eye on. You know, the open door policy is pretty much on a limited basis at this point. I'm just going to have to keep that circle real close and real tight, you know, so. And we'll see where it goes, man. Right now, it's just day to day, day to day, day to day. We'll see what I do. I'm at that point. I'm going to find myself repeating myself like a broken record. So I'm going to end it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, thank you so much, everybody. I know this is a short live stream. Usually I have a lot to talk about, but I just wanted to give you a couple updates as to where things are currently. Hopefully tomorrow, if I get a good night's sleep, hopefully I'm not rolling around in bed with my typical insomnia. You know, I'll start listing over at eBay. I got cleaning supplies to clean off these shoes. I'm going to have to give them a good cleaning on the soles and list them on eBay. And start getting the new sports cards ready for listing. You know, I got the 250 slots ready to rock and roll. But again, shameless plug, want to support the channel, you can do that through my eBay store. The link is below in the description box of every video and live stream and short that I do here on the channel. And that's pretty much it, folks. Not much more to say. So I'm going to let you go right here. I will see you all very soon. Everybody, listen, God bless, stay safe. And I will see you soon. I'm dying to get into bed and watch some boob tube, folks. I'm thoroughly fried. I'm being a little facetious here, but yeah, I'm tired, man. I want to go to bed early tonight. So take care, everybody. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.